Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to another episode of LeetCode. CCT on LeetCode, and we're gonna get things kicked off right away. I kind of hate those YouTubers who just have like a 5 minute intro. Yeah, I know that's usually me for the majority of my videos, but I'm just gonna get things started. Well, maybe I'm not. Kind of like those intros. It's a little like bit of procrastination before I get into that stuff. Ooh, look at all this stuff. If I do get the LeetCode subscription, then I could see like all the Google questions, all the Amazon questions, all of these. But I think if I do all the questions here, that's equivalent to doing all of these. Well, maybe it's not. I mean, unless these are overlapping, that is a shit ton of Google questions. 622. Okay, we'll see about that. But right now we're still in the basics, yo. We're still on level easy, and I don't plan on getting away from that for a while. You know what I mean? So let's get down to business, baby. I tried to use my pen for this. This thing comes with a cool pen stand. It's like really looks like one of those pens that like I don't know, like a banker or something. And like the tip goes into the base, and then it's just like vertically standing up. It's pretty nice. Okay, so I guess I did do a 2 minute intro. Well, you guys should have expected that. All you viewers out there, my like 3 viewers who are watching this, it's gonna be funny. Like if I become like a big YouTuber on this and actually like start putting work in these videos, people are gonna like look back at these and be like, wow, look at these videos, man. He like sucked back then. And yeah, I did. So, yeah, these are going to be good archives for the future YouTube or the future of this channel. Yeah, I'm a little sick. How many? Okay. So path sum, given a binary tree, and sum determine if the tree has a root to leaf path such that adding up all the values along the path equals the sum. Interesting. I've never done something like this. So for example, if the sum is 22 and you have a binary tree that looks like this, you return true, else false. So let's go to the drawing board. The color of the day is, and by the way, this is my first time looking at this, so unscripted. I feel like I have an idea. So let's go here. What's this color? I like it. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I guess I have a little sore throat. I don't know why. And then the stuffy nose. Okay. So let's do our tree stuff. Okay. First thought here is depth first search, where we just go all the way down and we get the values, and so this is also going to be recursive. Remember, depth first search is, okay, when you think of depth first search, think of these things. First of all, initials, everybody calls it DFS. That was a terrible laugh. Also think stack. Also think recursive. These are all basically the same thing. And yeah, so we're going to go through all the way to the bottom. When we get to the leaf node, we are going to check if our sum is the right sum. If it's not, we're done. So I'm thinking of taking it for this helper function. I need to take it a sum. And I also need to take in a node or something. Yeah. The node. And this is going to output the int. And then we could also talk about pruning. This could be, pruning is when you get to a certain point at a depth first search and you know it can't be that anymore. So for example, if it's ever greater than the target, just stop. You know, return something that I'm not thinking of right now, but just stop somehow. Okay, let's get to the code. Let's make this helper. I don't know, actually maybe it should be a bool helper. Yeah, bool. Your helper should usually be the same. Like if it's just a helper to do the recursive version of something, it should probably just return the same thing. And then let's put in the tree node pointer node and then int sum. Well, it seems like it's taking in the same thing, so we might not need this actually. Okay, what we could do is we could subtract things from the sum when we put it through. So we could say, are all of the things positive? I'm assuming they're all positive. So like if sum is less than 0.
Dude.
Yo.
That was troublesome.
What?
You videotaping?
Yeah. What was troublesome?
What's up, CCT? Yo, it's your girl, Emily.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey. Hey.
I actually can't record.
Oh my god. Yo, this guy just woke up 2 seconds ago. That's what's going on. Is that really necessary?
This is my throat singing, and it absolutely is necessary. Okay. So if it's less than 0, we could just return false there. Else, what we're going to do is say, there's probably going to be a bit more than this. So like if, I don't know if this is it, but like has path sum.
What's up, Charlie? What is
root
up?
left. And let's do sum minus root val. And like we could do either of these. So
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna need we're gonna need like if the sum is less than 0.
If G is a differential.
And then let's say if your leaf node. No. Let's say if sum equals 0 and you got to null, then you got return true. So if the sum, this is like pruning. I don't know how you spell pruning. And then
So you find the relative maximum
if you
okay, this was like the other
get
you said it's in both
to a leaf.
What is that?
Wait, no. No, this is not how you do it. Okay, so if sum equals 0 and root left. If sum.
Okay. Josh, can you pause that so I can.
I could just write it like this to save some space.
Yeah, I know, but what the heck is with that G about?
Okay, so
I think this is going to be like a
if after adding the last leaf node,
was similar and
adding the last
it was like,
node makes the rest 0 and it's a leaf node return true.
You had to use the product rule.
Okay, we should do something like this. So
right, they give you the derivative.
If you are a leaf node,
I don't know, but like I don't understand.
then if this is true, you're golden.
Josh, are you busy?
Okay. This is kind of a one-cut thing.
113.
This is like a one-cut, unedited thing.
I go.
Oh my gosh, how'd you survive without me?
I just don't understand this.
Differentiable for all real numbers, and if fx is okay. So it has a relative. So let's say g is always less than 0. And that's all we know.
Are these like multiplied by each other?
So if g is always less than 0, then let's go through this. Okay. So g is always less than 0, so we know something about the derivative already of this. So let's see, f has a relative maximum at negative. So let's think about this one more time. So if g is always negative, this part, when is this part negative? This part is negative here when x is in between 2 and negative 2. This is when this part's negative. So negative times a negative is positive. So this is when f prime is positive. Okay? All other times it is negative. Understood?
No.
Okay. This interval is when this is negative.
X equals negative 2, x equals 2. X equals negative 2, x equals 2.
What?
If you solve that, if you put it equal to 0, which is where the maximums are, when the first derivative is 0.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. You're jumping way too fast. Do you understand this?
No.
Okay. This is always negative. This is always negative.
Mm-hmm.
This is negative in this interval.
How do you know that?
I just know that.
How?
Think about it. You need to use your brain.
For the original function?
No, this part is only negative here.
I don't get it.
Why?
How do you know that?
Think about it. Think about it.
Okay, if you think of the graph.
Okay, let's write every single thing out. So we have x squared minus 4 is less than 0. When is this true? Well, we can do 4 less than x squared, which is the same as saying x is got it?
Okay.
That is when this is negative. This part's negative. Okay, so now we know that f is positive in this interval because now we know a negative times a negative is positive.
Okay.
Caught up here? So now we know f is positive between these intervals and negative anywhere else. Sorry,
Okay.
f prime. F prime is positive and this a negative. So it says so
Why is
our
it
graph
negative? How do you know it's negative everywhere else?
because this is positive everywhere else and this is always negative. So that's going to
Okay.
multiply to negative.
Okay.
So what we have in our graph we just know that from -2 to 2 it's like positive like this or something and then everywhere else this is f prime. So we know or like maybe that's better. Something like that is the derivative. So f has a relative maximum at -2. Well, it's going from negative to positive slope. So that is not a maximum. It is a minimum and this is a relative maximum.
Huh. Okay. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Do you get why? Oh, you do? It's actually really kind of
Okay, so back to this. So if it's a leaf node, that's how we know it's a leaf node, then you see if that equals some, the return true, then we can do else return false.
said that if this is negative, so he did wrong. If this is negative.
Okay, so it has path that and has path that. So if either of these sides have it, return true, which makes sense. That's like a recursive thing that I could live with, you know? I'm saying if either of these have this path, so I'm recursively splitting this into a subproblem, you know? And my base cases are if it is a leaf node, then you see if it adds to the sum and return true, else return false. If you ever get a sum that's less than 0, assuming we don't have negatives, then you could also return false. This will greatly improve the complexity because of this pruning. Okay, let's run the code, see if we get anything or just compiling errors. Okay, that's good. We did get true. That is good. Okay. We have the empty one. So we could always say here, empty base case. It's pretty rare that your recursive solution by itself is going to take care of the base case. So I'll usually have to think of it you have to add something like this. Now remember the whole thing. If root is pointing to something, then it is true. If it's pointing to null, it's false. So if it's pointing to null, so if root is null, that means false. And, oh wait, we were returning. If the sum is 0, would we return 0? Would we return true? I don't know. I'm just going to return false because I don't think that counts as anything. But maybe if it's 0, it does count. Oh, and you are allowed to take in negatives. Fuck. Okay, so then that's kind of simple. We just get rid of our pruning tactic. Yeah.
So it's 3 halves minus 3 halves. I got plus. Oh, but
okay.
This is decreasing. You're right. Wait, which is negative? The H is negative?
So, yeah. I'm like, this would work if it's positive. That would prune a significant amount, but since it's negative, we can't prune it like that. Alright, let's take a look at other solutions.
Yeah, I got the area.
Breadth first search. Interesting. If not, root return false. Okay. A Q pair.
Okay, so the tricky thing is that it's asking for the area, not the
what is first and second, really?
And what
So first is the node, second is the value, which you could have just, that seems really stupid to make that two things. Because you could just do temp node value to get the value. That seems very stupid to do something like that. Anyway, so if temp node left and okay, so this means if it is a leaf node and that equals sum, return true. Yep, that's what we did. Then if if temp node left, queue dot push.
Aren't they both negative?
If you could go left, push it in with that. I do not like this at all. I do not like this. This is such a stupid use of a breadth first search. What they're basically doing is they're going here, 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 and what they're doing is they're just saying if it's a leaf node we can return, not push in this node plus the new sum, so minus this value. If you look at it here, it's minus, or wait, temp val plus. Oh, okay. So they're just summing it. So theirs isn't recursive, so they could do temp val plus that instead of subtract. So they're adding this to this and sending it through. Then they check if this is a leaf node, if this one's a leaf node, and then if this one's a leaf node and then it has the value. So wait, I feel like you're adding the value twice here, because temp val is the value of like the first thing, and then you're adding that value, and then you're okay. Oh no, you're not. You're not. So okay, now I see why they had that pair, because they wanted to save like this now holds the value of this plus this. This one here is gonna get the value of here plus what was in here, and what was in here is the sum of here plus here. And then so this really does have the sum of all of these, and then it does the same check that we did. If it's a leaf node and the sum equals 0, then return true. Okay, interesting. I don't hate it as much as I thought I did. To me, this really calls depth first search. I mean, you're literally going down to see if things are here. This would also, I wish I could think of a pruning, but I can't because I can't. You know what? Wait, what about this? This is interesting. So to go along, what if I have this? Like, let's have int real. No, that's not gonna work. If I have real sum.
Well, where is a maximum? Oh, we can use our calculators.
Whatever. Maybe I'll think of that soon. I want to see other people's ideas if they thought of good pruning. I want to type in prune. P-R-U. Well, I don't know how to spell that, but 3 lines. Wow. Yeah, this is exactly what I did. Yep, literally what I did. And you got 98.99% of people. Yeah, like I said, LeetCode is finicky. Is there anybody that figured out a way to prune this? Okay, yeah, shut the fuck up. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Who does this? Who does like a 30-line code? Like, I can't even do that. Okay. based on Morse traversal. That is interesting. What is this Morse traversal? So we go left,
Okay.
read the
Let's try
value.
-1. So it's 3x squared. Yeah, you're right. F prime of x is greater than 0. Is F discontinuous?
Oh, in space solution. How much space? We didn't use any space either. No, I don't like this. I think I might be able to think of a pruning thing. So let's say if it's positive, we can prune this a lot. If it's positive, we could prune it by saying this. But how do we know if it's... Wait, no, we can't, because if it goes over, it could go negative and then back under. Okay, never mind. There's no pruning. There's no pruning possibility. Okay, one more solution. Anything interesting? All of these are depth first search, depth recursive, depth. Let's just see this. Yep, same thing. Okay. Alright, so there you guys have it. This is Sum the Path. Okay, hope you enjoyed this. See you guys. Bye.